Remember those old-fashioned fountain glasses made famous by Coca-Cola? Well, right now, you can take home one of those classic glasses for 29 cents when you buy a medium-sized Coke at McDonald's. Collect a whole set in just a few visits. So come to McDonald's, buy a medium-sized Coke, and for 29 cents more, take home a classic.
If you're like me, you want engine protection up front. That's why you need Texaco's Haviland Supreme Motor Oil. Trooper-tested protection up front, backed by unbeaten mileage. That's Texaco's Haviland Supreme.
And now a special car maintenance offer. Free a Louisville Slugger baseball bat signed by a Boston Red Sox player from your Texaco retailer. Get your free baseball bat with a Haviland motor oil change, oil filter, and lube job. At your participating Texaco retailer.
Why is four-wheel drive banned at Indy?
I'm Al Unser. I believe four-wheel drive is banned because it gives a race driver an unfair advantage. The incredible control of extra traction, especially in and out of turns. But you can get that driving advantage in your family automobile. The American Eagle gives you the control edge of automatic four-wheel drive, even in perfect weather. Get the advantage I can't have at Indy.
The Eagle has landed on all fours at American Motors.
This is Count Dracula with good news. After 7 centuries of schlepping around Transylvania, I finally hit the big time. New York City.
Love at First Bite is back.
It's just incredible.
Unspeakable.
Unbelievable, you say? Go see Love at First Bite. But see it before the sun rises. Rated PG.
Starts tomorrow at a theater near you. Check newspapers for theaters and showtimes.
Game 2 of this series between the Bruins and the Islanders, a memorable one to say the least. The count at the end of 2 periods, Boston 3, New York 3. The Islanders, of course, won the first game of the series last night in overtime, 2-1. Now tonight's sports update, a review of the news today in the world of sports. At Fenway this afternoon, Carlton Fisk hit an 11th inning home run, gave the Red Sox a 5-4 victory over the Detroit Tigers, 4th win in a row for the Bo Sox. Fisk's blast into the left field screen came off Tiger reliever Aurelio Rodriguez. Sox starter Mike Torres had another poor outing, giving up 3 runs to the Tigers in the first 3.5 innings. Reliever Skip Lockwood made his first appearance for Boston in the 6th inning, but failed to hold a 4-3 lead in the top of the 7th. It was then Dick Drago who came on, put out the fire, holding Detroit in check the rest of the way, and recording his first victory of the season. Tomorrow afternoon, the Red Sox will open a 3-game series against the Texas Rangers at Fenway. Elsewhere, in the American League, Rick Vassetti hit a 9th inning home run. The only run of the game, Toronto beat Minnesota 1-0. The surprising White Sox beat the Yankees 8-6. In the National League, George Hendrick drove in 6 runs. The Cardinals outslugged the Pirates 12-9. Carlos Lescano's first Major League base hit, a 2-run home run, helped the Cubs beat the Mets 4-1, and 42-year-old Willie McCovey drove in 3. And the Giants beat San Diego 7-3, and Los Angeles downed Houston 6-4. More of tonight's update in just a moment.
It started in Portland, Maine, the Valley's tradition of preparing and serving the choicest cuts of beef and the freshest of North Atlantic seafoods. And between now and May 4th, you can choose our famous Down East lobster pie, lobster salad, sautéed lobster meat casserole, or lobster Newburg, with tossed green salad and potato for $6.95. We call it our Lobster Festival. And it's just one more way to celebrate the great food and courteous service that is a dining tradition the Valley's family couldn't have started without you.
Well, the Patriots have a new addition to their backfield, running back Chuck Foreman, whom they obtained today from the Minnesota Vikings in exchange for an undisclosed pick in next year's NFL draft. Foreman played 8 seasons with the Vikings. He gained more than 1,000 yards in 3 seasons, 75, 76, and 77. Tom Watson carries a 1-stroke lead after today's opening round of golf in the Tournament of Champions in Carlsbad, California. Watson fired a 7-under par 65 on the course at La Costa Country Club. His nearest rivals, Ray Floyd and Lou Graham, both carded 66s. Second round of the $300,000 tournament tomorrow. Marlene Floyd has the lead after one round of the LPGA's Ladies Citrus Golf Tournament. That's being played in Orlando. She fired a 6 under par 67, matching the best round of her professional golf career. Finally, the NBA has scheduled 5 games this summer between a team from the NBA and the U.S. Olympic basketball team. The games are designed to recognize the Olympic athletes who are not going to this summer's Moscow Games due to the American boycott. And that is tonight's sports update. Fred will be back with his guest between periods, Joe Watson, who is an advanced scout for the Flyers. In just a moment, the score at the Garden in Game 2, Boston 3, the Islanders 3.
This bud's for all you guys who keep the shiny side up and the rubber side down. This bud's for you.
This bud's for you.
For all the roads you ride and every place they take you to.
For all you do.
The king of beers is coming through. Yeah, just for you. That distinctively clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
For all you do.
This bud's for you.
Who's ready when you are with daily nonstops to Philadelphia? Who's ready when you are with the most nonstops to Washington? Who's ready when you are with the most flights to Atlanta? You know who. Delta Airlines. Fly Delta nonstop to Philadelphia, Washington, and Atlanta. Baltimore, too. Call Delta or your travel agent and have a great flight. Delta is ready when you are.
What do you think of the Midas foreign car muffler guarantee?
It's a great day for my Datsun.
A triumph for my Triumph.
A victory for my Volvo.
From now on, you can Midas-size your foreign car and get the same famous guarantee we give American cars. It says if anything ever goes wrong, Midas will replace the muffler free as long as you own your car. Foreign car owners, now more than ever, it pays to Midas-size.
Whoop-de-doo for my Subaru.
Every weeknight at 8 on TV38, we present The Movie Loft, Hollywood's finest movies with only 3 commercial interruptions. At 10 o'clock, it's exciting Western adventure on Gunsmoke. Then, at 11, it's Maude. And finally, at 11:30, British comic Dave Allen hosts Dave Allen at Large. That's The Movie Loft, Gunsmoke, Maude, and Dave Allen at Large. All weeknights on TV38.
Coming up, Fred Cusick and his guest at the intermission, Joe Watson of the Flyers. The score stands 3-3, tied. And our Bruins intermission program is brought to you by your local McDonald's restaurants, home of the world-famous Big Mac sandwich. Nobody can do it like McDonald's can. Now here's Fred Cusick.
Well, our guest is now a scout for the Philadelphia Flyers, formerly a fine defenseman for Philadelphia, and originally with the Boston Bruins, and one of the most popular players around, Joe Watson. Joe, welcome to Boston again. We've seen a lot of you. You've been scouting the Bruins mainly, or who?
Well, no, I'm not really. I'm just scouting, you know, I'm basically scouting the Islanders tonight. I scouted the Bruins last night, and of course, the game that was played last night was as extremely well-played game as the game is tonight. I think the first period was a resemblance of last night, but the second period, you know, I think most of the players were all tired, and of course, they only had about 12 or 13 players on each side, and you know, you can't keep up the pace that they've been keeping up in the first 4 periods in this series, like they tried in the second period, and consequently there's been a lot of goals scored and a lot of mistakes being made in the second period. But overall, it's been a tremendous series so far, and I think it's going to it'll go the full 7 games.
Well, that brawl, record-breaking with the number of minutes concerned, a wild scene. You've seen a few in Philadelphia, Joe.
Well, I certainly have. I haven't really been involved that many, but I've been in the ice when they've taken place, and I'm certainly glad that I'm not getting hit with some of those punches they were throwing, because there certainly was a lot of haymakers, and especially with Gillies and O'Reilly. You get 2 heavyweights like that throwing the punches they were throwing. My gosh, they connected one of those, and it could be lights out, and thank God I was watching and not in the receiving end or something like them. But getting back to the brawls, the Flyers are, yes, I've been used to that on numerous occasions, and the Bruins play basically something similar to the same style the Flyers play, so I guess you're going to expect that when you get 2 teams like the Islanders and the Bruins, both physical teams, and like to throw the weight around a lot, and they're certainly not going to back down from one another, and that's the type of series it's going to be.
Well, what's going to happen now in the third period? The team that's tired are going to lose. You figure the Bruins might be, but boy, they battle back. They've come back from a goal down each time.
I think a mark of a good team is when you get down and you keep on coming back like the Bruins have, and it seems like the Islanders score and the Bruins come right back. And I think that's the mark of a great team, you know, and they can do that. And of course, I think the team that's in the best shape or has a least number of penalties or whoever's hot in the third period as far as the goaltender is going to prevail. And so it could be either game, just like last night. It could have been, either team could have won the game, but the Islanders happened to win, and maybe it's the Bruins' turn tonight.
Joe, you've watched both games. Any surprises for you? You've seen the Bruins in regular season, or the Islanders? Any particular players that you've noticed that maybe play better in Stanley Cup play or whatever?
Oh, I don't think so. I think the season, regular season compared and the playoffs are altogether different. I think that, in the playoffs, it's not very wide open. It's a close checking game, and basically the games are very close. There might be win by 1 or 2 goals, where the regular season is, there's a lot of games end up in 5-3 or 5-2 or something, a lot of goals scored, but the playoffs is altogether different. And there hasn't really been any surprises. I think that one surprise I haven't realized is Brad Park. I think Brad's really having his problems as far as turning the outside, and that's been quite evident in a few cases tonight, and it was last night, and it's just that his knee hasn't maybe responded to treatment, or he's not, or it does give us problems, because he's not the Brad Park of old. He certainly isn't.
Okay, our time is up, and thanks very much, Joe Watson. Always a pleasure to see you. Wonderful player, and now scout of the Philadelphia Flyers. Tom Larson back with a summary of the first 2 periods after these messages.
Ford announces a $500 cash offer for truck buyers. Just make your best deal on any of these new '79 Ford V8 pickups, vans, or club wagons, and Ford will send you a check for $500. That's on top of the great deals Ford dealers are already giving. Only at Ford dealers can you get a tough Ford truck, a great deal, plus $500 back from Ford. That's truck value you can't beat. So hurry down to your Ford dealer. This offer is for a limited time only.
Pull. If you need extra muscle to start your mower, then what you really need is an easy-to-pull Lawn Boy. In fact, Lawn Boy is so easy to pull that about the only mower easier is a Lawn Boy electric start.
Jump!
So this year,
I won't do this.
don't pull a muscle. Pull an easy-to-start Lawn Boy at your Lawn Boy dealer today.
Something terrible is happening to the Anderson house. Rain is seeping into the wood, and that could cause mildew, or worse. Most ordinary stains let water soak right in, but with Cuprinol stain and wood preservative, water beads up and rolls off. Protect the beauty of your home. Stain with Cuprinol. When it's wood, against weather.
I'd like more fashions to choose from.
More name brands.
More quality.
More value. You know what you ought to get?
What?
You ought to get to Zayre, because you ought to get it all.
Get it all. Get it all. Get to Zayre and get it all.
At Zayre, your dollar still gets you something you can believe in. Rack after rack of the latest fashions. Names you can trust. Quality you can count on. Prices you can live with.
Get it all. Get it all. Get to Zayre and get it all.
Scores even 3-3 at the end of 2 periods, one of the more unique hockey games we've seen in a heck of a long time. Before we check the summary of the game so far, let's look at the playoff scoreboard in the National Hockey League. And, of course, quarterfinal round matches are underway everywhere. And coming into the games tonight, Philadelphia and the Rangers, the Flyers leading that series 1-0. Buffalo, Chicago, Buffalo up by a game. A couple of others as well, including this one here in Boston. Montreal down to the Minnesota North Stars, 1-0. Minnesota winning the first game at the Forum and leading in the second one tonight. And the Islanders, of course, won the opener in overtime last night and lead the series now as we're in Game 2, 1-0 over the Bruins. Tonight, the same 2 clubs are even, 3 apiece. All of the Boston scoring coming in the second period. There was just 1 score in the first. That was Brian Trottier at 16:08, and that was from Morrow and Bourne, his 4th the playoff. Shots were even at 8 apiece. 248 minutes in penalties in that first period, most of them coming when the brawl developed at the end of the period and the players hadn't yet left the ice. Second period, 5 goals, 3 of them Boston. Rick Smith at 1:32 for the Bruins, his first of the playoffs. John Tonelli for the Islanders came back at 10:40. That put New York back in front. 1 more for the Bruins. Brad McCrimmon at 12 minutes even, his first of the playoffs, and that tied it again at 2-2. Then it was Lauren Henning at 14:33 for the Islanders, short-handed from Trottier and Potvin. 3-2 Islanders at that point. Brad Parks, third of the playoffs, 16:55, brought it even again. And shots in the second period, the Bruins with 9, Islanders with 4. And the shots after 2 periods favor the Bruins 17-12, but the scores all even up. 3-3, 20 minutes to go in regulation. Let's go back now to Fred Cusick and Joe Gordon.
We are back, ready to go in the third period. 3-3 the score. And may get a chance to see some of the features of that second period. Joe Watson, the scout, said, game of mistakes. I say game of excitement. That was a great period.
Well, sometimes the mistakes lead to the most exciting plays. For example, here, Rick Middleton has stolen the puck from Stephen Pearson, gets it out to Rick Smith, who blasts it over the right shoulder of Bill Smith. Key goal at the time, got the Bruins back into the game, the first chance they really had to capitalize on some of the good chances they had. Pearson came back several seconds later and kind of redeemed himself, got a pass to John Tonelli on the left wing, goes in unscathed. Cheevers makes the stop, can't control the rebound. Henning swoops by, puts it in the net.
Underway, 3-3, third period. Trottier to Ken Morrow. And Tonelli sweeps it in. Rick Smith back. Harrison and going with just a couple of pairs of defensemen, and Redmond playing forward. Here's Miller breaking with Marcotte over the line. Miller checked by Nystrom. Bats it in as he takes the hit. Dennis Potvin out to Nystrom. He fell down on his own, wasn't tripped by Rick Smith. Trottier keeps it in, and Nystrom has it. Looking for Dennis Potvin in front, blocked by Park, who covered him in the right position. Dennis was all alone breaking in, and Park starts back. Park tied it at 3. Rushing, still going. Brad Park in deep, drops it for Foster. The shot, save on a deflection, and Bork can't get the rebound. And the puck is poked out, and a race here, and Cheevers out to win the race and get it to Bork. Bork right back with Foster. Hard drive, missed. Oh, what a shot. Ray Bork from center ice. And Bob Bourne is back. Steal by McNabb. Shot, save, rebound. Billy Smith saved on Wensing. The Bruins all set for the lead on that one. And Boston with great chance.
Bill Smith literally leaping off the ice to make this save. I don't know how he did it. He was out of position. Wensing gets a stick on it. Smith had a jump. Wensing wasn't able to get much on the shot, or that would have been in. Smith going from the far right side of the crease, sweeping over to the left. Literally jumping out of his skates to make that stop. 2 seconds earlier, he made a brilliant stop with the very tip of his right toe. Little problem around the crease right now. Here's Smith, set, looking, in the crouch position. Makes the save, out of position, has to dive across the crease, just gets the glove on it and smothers it.
And a shot here, McCrimmon deflects in front, and O'Reilly can't reach it. Goring just knocked it away. Gillies for Butch Goring. O'Reilly hits Gillies. That feud's been going. Bourne and McCrimmon in deep in the Boston end, and McCrimmon ties it up. Face off to the right of Cheevers. One of the fastest skaters in the league is Bob Bourne. And watch him. He is flashing up and down. Great speed, and of course with undermanned squads, both of them, 4 men each side kicked out after the wild brawl at the end of the first period. Sort of a condition will mean something here. Gillies shot wide, Bork with it. Looking for Wensing, blocked. Goring over to Langvin. Gillies lost the pass. Crimmins slides it in. O'Reilly hustles in, head down. Langvin avoids the check by Wensing. Kept in by Bork. Shot, missed the net. The rebound. McNabb fighting for it. To O'Reilly in the corner. O'Reilly in front. Rolls to Bork at the left point, just able to keep it in. Screen shot. But Smith able to cover it, drops it, tries to clear. Gillies hit by O'Reilly again. McCrimmon pops it in the air, and Wensing collects the pop fly. Is blocked. O'Reilly hustles in. Where does he get the energy? He fell down in front of Pearson. Out comes Gillies. Goring. Bourne the shot. Missed the net. The long rebound. Dennis Potvin drives. Cheevers blocks it for McCrimmon. Around the boards for Wensing. To McNabb with O'Reilly. Over the line. In deep. McNabb for O'Reilly. Can't get it. McNabb. Shot. Redmond. Save. Park. Shot. Save. Billy Smith. Penalty coming up on the Islanders. The Bruins. Redmond a shot. Save. Billy Smith. Park with it. And Smith keeping the Islanders in the game. Park moves in deep. Holds it. Back down to Foster. Shot. Deflected wide. O'Reilly has it. Penalty coming up on the Islanders. Still delayed. Clear to the Boston end. Back goes Bork for it. Bruins still have possession. Bourne checking him. Bork cuts away from Bourne. Up to Park. Delayed call. Park still has it. Looking for help. Over to Redmond. Out now to Foster. Foster to Park. Still a delayed call. The longest we've seen in years. Bruins are offside. And now the whistle. With the score of Boston 3, Islanders 3, let's pause for this message.
Catch that Pepsi spirit. Catch that Pepsi spirit. Catch that Pepsi spirit. Catch that Pepsi spirit. Drink it in, drink it in, drink it in. Catch that Pepsi spirit. Drink it in, drink it in, drink it in.
Billy Smith making some of the most astounding saves we've seen in a long while. A slap by Redmond. Stop here. Park on the rebound. He gets it with the pad. Bruins applying incredible pressure. Newell has his hand up for delayed call. Another slap shot. Smith makes the save. Park gets it. Controls the puck, and right about now, the Bruins flying all over the Islanders.
Dennis Potvin for holding at 3:43. The score is 3-3. And McTavish, Middleton, O'Reilly the line with Park and Bork. Park taps it in. McTavish in on Langvan. Checks in. Around the boards, Park moves in, keeps it in to Middleton. Middleton in the corner. Back for Bork. Shot. Save. Billy Smith. The rebound. All the way to Trottier. Islanders with a shorthanded goal. They've got Goring and Trottier on there now. Pass rolls in, and Cheevers gets it off to O'Reilly. O'Reilly back to McTavish, right wing over the line. Back for O'Reilly. Back for Bork. Closing. Shot missed. Rebound missed by O'Reilly and hit the side of the net. And only Billy Smith keeping the Islanders at a 3-3 score.
O'Reilly, a soft drop pass to Bork with a vicious low slap shot. Wide of the net, bangs off the low part of the boards. Puck comes right back into the crease. O'Reilly gets his foot on it. Put it a little bit wide, and Smith is able to smother it for the face-off.
1:16 left on the Dennis Potvin penalty. They have Langvan and Morrow on defense. They lost 2 defensemen in it. Four-side kicked out. Trottier and Goring, the penalty killers. McNabb, Foster. McNabb back to Bork. Flips it in the corner. Langvan trying to clear it. Can't. Bork kept it in. Bounces for McNabb. Off for Foster. Back to Bork. Over to Park. Shot. Blocked by Morrow. Big play. Goring able to flip it out. Ken Morrow has been a standout for the Islanders. Here's Middleton over the line. Power play Boston. Back to Park, left point. Bork. Shot is high. Middleton with it. 35 seconds left. Goes behind the net. He's exhausted. He takes a hit from Morrow. McNabb with it. McNabb cutting in front. Broken up on the play. And Morrow Clears it out. 20 seconds left. Dwight Foster winding up. Now to Bork. What Park? 10 seconds left. Park right back. Out from McNabb. Fed in behind the net. Near the net. Poked away. Henning trying to drive it out. Bork kept it in. His pass up blocked. And Bourne takes it and clears, and out is Dennis Potvin. 6 minutes into the third period. 3-3 the score. Miller breaks. But the pass missed. And back comes Nystrom. Spill by Bork. Bork going out. Bork for tripping. And with the score, Boston free. The Islanders free. Let's pause for this message.
Our Own a Toyota Today sales event is going on now. And this week we're making deals like there's no tomorrow. Making deals on all our Celicas. Give me a white Celica liftback. Deals on all our trucks. Red four-wheel drive. Deals on all our Corollas, including Toyota's lowest price car, the Corolla Tercel. Silver Tercel. You got it. Deals on any Toyota you want. Blue liftback. Blue liftback. Oh, what a feeling to own a Toyota today. A green pickup. Red Corolla. Give me a white liftback over here. No, white one.
Ray Bourque sitting in the penalty box for tripping Nystrom at 6:06, giving the Islanders an opportunity to score on a power play. Bourque, no argument on this call. Nystrom had made a move to get around him. He had to do something. He had to stop Nystrom or he was in alone. Got a stick into his shin pads. And the Islanders are on the power play.
And they have Trottier, Nystrom on the left, Gillies on the right with Dennis Potvin and Goring. Miller knocks it center ice. Miller and Marcotte, Rick Smith, and Redmond back on defense. A lead for Nystrom trying to bear in, and his shot goes wide. And he was in good position. Goring keeps it in. Around to Gillies. Gillies, Nystrom, missed the net again. Break for Boston. 2 misses by Nystrom. Trottier keeps it in with Goring left point. Checked by Miller. Goring has it. Goring over to Gillies. Shot. Saved Cheevers holding the short side. Rick Smith can't clear it. Gillies. Nystrom. Good power play, Islanders. Dennis Potvin, screen shot, blocked, covered by Cheevers as it deflected off Gillies. 1:24 left. All the action in the Boston end, and Philadelphia leads New York in the third period 2-0.
Jerry Cheevers now active after several minutes of inactivity in his own end, watching the action down the other end. Now he suddenly is pressed into the action himself, and he doesn't like it. He doesn't like it when the action is all down the other end, and he's a little bit cold and suddenly has to start moving. He's going to get warmed up in a hurry now.
Islanders, some very effective players on the power play. Trottier, Gillies in the corner, Nystrom in the corner. At the point, Dennis Potvin, and they had Goring, and now Pearson is out there.
Potvin a little fresh. The only rest he's had in the last period and a half has been the 2 minutes he spent in the penalty box. Hasn't had a chance to do much resting. They're down to 4 defensemen. You know, we talk about Ken Morrow, Fred. Imagine the kind of shape he's in, playing on the United States Olympic team. He went with 4 defensemen playing in a giant rink in Lake Placid. I don't think he gets tired.
All right, Trottier is centering Nystrom on the left, Tonelli on the right. They switched their wings on the power play. And Potvin and Pearson. McTavish on the faceoff. The draw to the Islanders. McTavish stays out there. Puck trickles in. Nystrom lost it to O'Reilly, and he clears. And the McTavish and O'Reilly are staying as the penalty killers. McTavish down, battling Billy Smith. On the other side, still forechecking. O'Reilly in, but now Pearson starts it out. Away to Tonelli. In now for Trottier, in deep. Centered it. Shot misfired by Tonelli. He was in good position. Trottier, very tricky. Gets it off to Tonelli. Quick shot, save. Rebound. Goes wide. Great stop there on Tonelli by Cheevers. Puck back to the point. Dennis Potvin. Left point Pearson. Shot. Chip wide. Rebound. Missed by Trottier. O'Reilly able to clear it out. 35 seconds left. Islanders a tremendous power play in a 3-3 game. Pearson back to Nystrom. The pressure continues. In it goes to Tonelli. Flip. Trottier missed it. And O'Reilly has it. Out to center ice. 20 seconds left. O'Reilly on the loose puck. Gives it off to Redmond. Looking at the clock. Laying it down. Bruins changing. 8 seconds left. 8 minutes played. Third period. 3-3. Dennis Potvin rushes. Moves in, centers it. McCrimmon stops him and clears. Penalty up. Smith has to play it with Bork out of the penalty box. McNabb trying to keep it in. Goes to Goring. Butch Goring out. Flying over the line, in deep, stops, cuts, centers. Goes over in the corner, Bourne, a shot. Cheevers the save, thought he lost it. But he blocked it wide, and Wensink checked on the boards by Morrow, tied up, had a face-off call. And the motto for goaltenders, never look behind. And that one was not in the net, but it was behind, but wide.
Well, I don't know if Cheevers ever saw that, the value of being in the right place at the right time. The old experienced veteran, Jerry Cheevers. Following that puck, getting himself positioned, moving out to cut down the corner. Puck happens to come out, slap shot. Hits Cheevers' pads, wasn't sure if he lost it or not, slipped through.